So last class we have started chapter 7 and we have solved exercise 7.1 up to question number 4 I believe. Up to 4 it was over. Now I have told you to solve question number 3 and 4 by your own, and you have taken A as in question number 3 you have taken A as 1 comma 5, B as 2 comma 3 and C as minus 2 minus 11. So after solving, A is equal to AB is equal to, so equals to root 5 units. Then BC is equal to 2 root over 53 units. That means BC is equal to 2 root 53 units, and AC equals to root 265. So you will be getting this. So after here you can see that at the end you need to write that they are collinear or not. So you have to write a sentence after finding this distance. Then you can see that if you add any two you will not get the third one. So we'll simply say that after finding A, B and A, B, B, C and C, AC, then you will write since if you have not written then you can write since the sum of any two side is not equal to third side. Since the sum of any two side is not equal to the third side. Since the sum of any two side is not equal to the third side. Therefore A, whatever it was, 1 comma 5, A bracket 1 comma 5, then comma B 2 comma 3 and C minus 2 minus 11 are non-collinear, or you can say are not collinear. Both are same. Okay. Now question number 4. Check whether these are isosceles triangle or not. So you have assumed that let A whatever, B whatever and C whatever. You have assumed that way. Fine. Then you have calculated AB. So after finding AB you got root 37 unit. AB equals to root 37 unit. BC is equal to root 37 units. So in first case you got AB as root 37 units. BC is equal to root 37 units. So after finding these two, don't directly say that they are isosceles because two sides are same. You have to find the third side also, because if you don't find third side it may be that the third side is equal, and if it is equal then it will be an equilateral triangle, not an isosceles triangle. Okay. So AC is equal to AC is equal to AC equals to 2 units. Okay, 2 units. AC equals to root 2 units. So here you can see that two sides are same. So here we can say that AB, since you will say, you will write after finding AB, BC and AC, you will write next line, since AB equals to BC not equals to AC. AB equals to BC not equals to AC. Therefore A whatever is been given in the question, B whatever and C whatever are the vertices of an isosceles triangle. Therefore A in bracket whatever is been given, comma B in bracket whatever is been given and C whatever is been given are the vertices of an isosceles triangle. Okay. So now question number 5. In a classroom, 4 students are seated at point A, B, C and D as shown in figure 7.8. Champa and Chameli walk into the class. So this two students, they enter to the class, Champa and Chameli, into the class, and after observing for a few minutes, Champa asks Chameli, don't you think ABCD is a square? So this type of questions will come in your exam. This type of question, that means story type questions. So this type of questions may come in your exam for 5 marks. Like last year I think you have not got this pattern, but this year story will be given, and from that story you have 5 questions will be given, and you have to select your answer. So maybe instead of 2 students, Champa and Chameli, there can be 4 students. Okay, maybe Ram, Raj, Rahim, and whatever. Okay, so they may give you that this 4 students they enter in the class, and 4 more students were seated in the class. Same question, instead of Champa and Chameli, 2 more students are there. Okay, just an assumption I'm giving you. So they will be talking to one another. Okay, so here in the question, according to the question, in the question it is said that Champa and Chameli walk into the class, and after observing for a few minutes, Champa asks Chameli, don't you think ABCD is a square? So this may be 4 students. 4 students may enter the class, and they may say that one student may say that it's a square, another one is saying rhombus, another one is saying rectangle, and last one may say something else, some other special quadrilateral. Okay, so Chameli disagree. She said that she thinks that ABCD is not a square. Fine. Using distance formula, find which of them is correct. You have to, in exam they will not tell you find by distance formula. They will say that which one is correct. Okay. So we know that what is the property. What is the property of a square? You have to remember how to prove a square. Okay, how to prove a square in a Cartesian plane. There is a way. You have to remember 2 things. First is all the sides must be same. So you will apply distance formula, and then you will find AB, BC, CD and DA. After finding this, if all the 4 sides are same, then it's very good. Don't directly write that this is a square. If you write, you may wrong also. And second thing, you have to find the diagonal. If the diagonals are equal, then it is a square. So you have to find 2 things. First of all, you have to find all the 4 sides. If they are same, then you can't say directly that it's a square, because a rhombus also have equal sides. So you have to find the diagonals. If the diagonals are equal, if all the sides are equal and diagonals are also equal, then it is a square. And if all the sides are equal and diagonals are different, then it will be a rhombus. Same way you can prove for rectangle, parallelogram and other things also. Okay, in case of a rectangle, opposite sides will be same. So you will be getting 4 sides. Opposite side, it has to be opposite side. Okay, opposite sides should be same and diagonal should be equal. If opposite sides are same and diagonals are equal, then it is a rectangle. But if opposite sides are equal, but diagonals are not equal, then we will say that is a parallelogram. Okay. So these 2 points we have to remember while solving in a coordinate geometry. That they are square, they are rhombus, they are rectangle or a parallelogram. 2 things you have to remember. First of all, you have to check sides. If all the sides are equal and diagonals are equal, then it is a square. If all sides are equal, diagonals are different, then it is a rhombus. If opposite sides are equal and diagonals are equal, then it is a rectangle. If opposite sides are equal and diagonals are different, then it is called parallelogram. So this way we have to find. Don't simply find the sides and say directly that it is a rectangle or square or a whatever parallelogram. Okay. So in this case, question number 5, we have to find all the four sides and a diagonal. Okay. Now on the right hand side, you can see there is a diagram. There is a Cartesian plane. So first of all, we have to plot the point. We have to find the coordinates. So one by one, we will write the coordinates. So we know that while writing the coordinates, we always write the value of x first, then y. So A, you can see in your diagram, you can write with pencil in your book. Okay. So you can say that A in bracket you can write, it will be what? 3 comma 4, 3 comma 4. Then B equals to, yeah, 6 comma 7. C is equal to, C is equal to 9 comma 4, 9 comma 4. And D is equal to 6 comma 1. So you will write this coordinates. I am repeating once again. A in bracket you will write 3 comma 4, B 6 comma 7, C 9 comma 4, and D 6 comma 1. So these are the coordinates of A, B, C and D. Okay, fine. After that, after finding the coordinates from the Cartesian plane, you will say that let, question number 5, let the vertices, definitely if we join this one, it will form a quadrilateral or not? If you join is these 4 points, we will get a quadrilateral or not? So we'll say that let the vertices of a quadrilateral be A in bracket whatever you have taken coordinate, comma B, you will take whatever has been given in the book, C also same way, and D also. Is it clear? Is it clear to everyone? Let the vertices of the quadrilateral be A whatever, B whatever, C whatever and D whatever. Okay? Okay. Now here in this question you need to prove that who is correct, Champa is correct or Chameli is correct. That means we have to show that is it a square or not, or which type of quadrilateral it is. So in case of a coordinate geometry, we need to find the all the sides and the diagonal. Okay. So remember that A, B, C, D, these vertices are always written in order. Order means serially. That means this is a quadrilateral. Don't draw, just see. A, B, C, D. AB is the side, okay. AB is the side, BC is the side, AB, BC, CD and DA are the sides of a quadrilateral, and this AC and BD are the diagonal. So while finding the diagonal, you will take A and C and then B and D. Is it clear? So you will find AB, BC, CD, DA. You will find this one, okay, and then you will find AC and then BD. So these 6 values you find. AB equals to, by using distance formula, then BC, CD, DA AC and BD. All these things you find. Okay, and after finding, let me know what you are getting. Okay, or I will tell you after few seconds. I will pause my video. I'm giving you your time. So while writing your answer or maybe while watching the video, you can also pause your video and then you can solve, and then once you are over, then you can play your video and then you can hear what is my answer. In this case, no need to write formula again and again. Once you will return the formula, that is over. First time you write the formula, after that no need to write the formula. Okay, that formula root over x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square, once you have to write, not every time. Okay. Okay, after finding the values, you will be getting AB 3 root 2 units, BC 3 root 2 units, CD 3 root 2 units, and DA also 3 root 2 units. And the diagonals AC and BD, both you will be getting 6 units. So you can see that all sides are equal and diagonals are also equal. So you will say that since AB equals to BC equals to CD equals to DA or AD, whatever you have taken. Okay, so since AB equals to BC equals to CD equals to DA, and AC is equal to BD, that means sides are equal and diagonals are equal. Okay, so AB equals to BC equals to CD equals to DA, and AC is equal to BD. Therefore ABCD is a square. Therefore ABCD is a square. Therefore ABCD is a square. Now student, in exam generally they do till here and they leave it. It is a square and it is over. But main question was, who is correct, Champa or Chameli? Champa and Chameli walk into the class, and after observing for a few minutes, Champa asked Chameli. That means Champa told Chameli that Champa is saying that is it a square? Chameli is ignoring that. She is saying that no. Okay. So who is correct? So we'll say so Champa is correct. So Champa is correct. Done? Now question number 6. Question number 6. Name the type of quadrilateral formed, if any, by the following point, and give reason for your answer. Reason already I told you just now. AB equals to BC equals to CD. This way you have to see that which criteria it is following. According to that you can say that it is a square, rhombus, parallelogram or rectangle. This way you can say. Is it clear? So this question you will try it by your own. In this question, one question is little bit different. There are 3 parts. 2 parts you will get your answer. But third one, that means third number, not third number, out of these 3, any one is little bit different. So try to find your answer by your own, and if you get any problem, you can ask me. Okay? And reason, try to write your reason properly the way we have written just now, that AB equals to BC equals to CD equals to DA. Whatever criteria you are having in your question, according to that you write and say that this is a whatever quadrilateral. Okay, is it clear? Now question number 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I told you these are important question? Okay, so question number 7. Let's move to question number 7. Have you ever heard about equidistant? equidistant. Equidistant means equal distance. Okay, equidistance means equal distance. Like suppose I will say that anything, like suppose I'll keep these two hands here. I'll say that these two hands are equidistant from me. They are equidistant from me means this hand and this hand, my from my body, these two hands will be equal. Or other term I can say that suppose this is A. A is equidistant from B and C. That means these two are equal. Any problem? No. So you remember this one, okay? While solving equidistance question, kindly draw this diagram, okay? Then it becomes easy. Otherwise, it becomes little difficult, okay? So we are taking this way, okay? That this is equal to this. Is it clear? We will not take in a straight line. We will not take in a straight line because equidistance can be this way also, okay? That means this and this can be equal. But in the question it is not said that this is the midpoint. If it is a midpoint, then also this equals to this, right? Are you getting my point or not? So you can take any diagram, your choice. But correct form will be this one. Okay? Okay, so in the question it is said that find the point on x-axis. So there is a point on x-axis. If you are having any point on x-axis, kindly check, okay? This is x-axis, this is y-axis. You are having a point on x-axis, that means somewhere in the x-axis you are having one point. So definitely I am taking just an example, this is the point. Okay, so if this is the point, so the value of x will be something, I don't know what is that, will be something, okay, and y will be 0. Is it clear? Because that point is lying on x-axis, so definitely you will be having some value for x, but y will be 0. If in the question, if they say that find the point on y-axis, if they say that it is lying on y-axis, in that case x will be 0, that means your coordinate will be 0 comma y, okay, because they have not mentioned what is the value of y or x in the question. Understood or not? Simply they are telling you to find the coordinate, find the points or coordinate whatever, find the point on the x-axis which is equidistant from these two. That means you are having 2 points, from that 2 points there is a equal distance. That means you are having these 2 points, 2 comma minus 5, and another one is minus 2 9, minus 2 9. That means these 2 points are equidistant from A. Any problem? These 2 points are equidistant from this, because in the question it is said that find a point on x-axis which is equidistant from these 2 points. That means this A is equal distance from B and C. Is it clear? But we don't know what is the coordinate of A. But in the question it was said that find the point on x-axis. It means that this will be x comma 0. Is it clear? Okay. So right, let 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 the point, let the point, have you drawn this diagram or not? You have to draw this diagram. You have to draw this diagram, then only it will become easy, okay? Have you drawn? You have to draw this diagram. You have to draw this diagram, then it will be easy to solve. Otherwise, if you don't write, then you may make mistake also. So let the point be a in bracket x comma 0. Let the point be a, capital A, okay, in bracket x comma 0. Let the point be a, whatever, equidistant equidistant from b in bracket b is 2 comma minus 5 and c minus 2 comma 9. Is it clear? Let the point a, whatever, let the point be a, whatever, equidistance from b, whatever, and c, whatever. Okay. Now it was said that they are equidistant, so just check it nicely. Okay, so can I say that according to question, can I say that AB equals to AC? Yes or no? So AB is equal to AC because A was equidistant from B and C. So according to question, can I say that AB equals to AC? Yes or no? Now you know that AB is what? Just check in the question, that means here in the diagram. What is AB? What is AB? Think nicely. What is AB? Think. What is AB? This AB. What is AB? You have to understand this simple thing. What is AB? AB is a side. AB is a side and AC is also a side. Okay? Now in the question it was said that AB and AC was equal, that means their distance is equal. That's why we have taken AB equals to AC. But AB is the distance. To find AB we have to use distance formula because AB is the distance. So we will apply distance formula to find AB and AC. But if you are writing the formula AB, distance of AB, then you will be having root over. Yes or no? Because the formula says if you are finding the distance of anything, then it will become root over whatever the formula. So you are having root over or not in the formula? Yes or no? So you will be having root over here also, root over here also. So there is a simple way, to remove the root, and what you will do, simply square both sides. Okay? When you will square both sides, root will automatically remove. Is it clear? Otherwise, when you are writing root, you can make mistake also, or you may waste your time. Is it clear? Now we will find the distance of AB. Now root is removed. Okay. So just see, we will find the value of AB. So x1 minus x2 plus y1 minus y2. Is it clear? So I will be writing, no need to write formula here, directly we will write x1 minus x2. That means x minus 2 whole square plus y1 minus y2. That means 0 minus y1 minus y2. So y2 is minus, so minus minus become plus 5 square. Is it clear? Is it clear? In the question, AB is the distance. AB is the distance. So to find the distance, we have to apply distance formula. and distance formula is x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square, and there will be a root over. Okay. Now just see, let us suppose AB equals to this one. Okay. Actually this AB equals to root over something, right? Now this root, if I transfer here, it will become 2. Now we are having AB square means this formula only. So AB square we are writing only the formula. AB square we are writing only the formula, that means A1 is this, A1 minus A2, or you can say x1 minus x2, x minus 2. So this is x minus 2 whole square, y1 minus y2. So 0 and minus minus will become plus. So plus 5 whole square. Is it clear? Now AC. Now AC will become this minus this. That means it will become x plus 2 whole square, and this will become plus 0 minus 9 whole square. Any problem? Any problem? Okay, now we will use general formula, a minus b whole square. So a minus b whole square, I am writing it directly, a square minus 2ab plus b square plus, now this one 0 plus 5 is 5, 5 square is 25 equals to, now this is a plus b whole square formula. So a square plus 2ab plus b square plus, now this will become minus 9 square is 81. Any problem? Now many a times I have told you that whenever you are having same thing on the opposite side, that can be cancelled. So this x square and this x square can be cancelled. This 4 and this 4 can be cancelled. They are having same number, same sign. Now this minus 4x and this plus 4x cannot be cancelled because they are having opposite sign. Okay. So that's why I am not cancelling this one. So whatever is been left out, we'll bring it one side. That means we'll bring x together, minus 4x equals to 81 minus 25. Now we will be having minus 8x equals to, and this will be 56. Okay. Now x equals to 56 by minus 8, and when you will cancel you will be having 7. So that means x is equal to minus 7. Any problem? These are basic calculation. Done? Okay, so after writing this one, student, they leave their answer this way only. We got our value. But actually in the question they told you to find the coordinates, find the points of on the x-axis. So we'll say that therefore a in bracket, what we have taken a, x comma 0, right? So we'll say that therefore a in bracket, what we got, x minus 7. So we'll say that therefore a in bracket minus 7 comma 0 bracket close is equidistance from B whatever and C whatever. Therefore A minus 7 comma 0 is equidistance from B whatever and C whatever. Okay, question number 8. Find the value of y. This time we need to find the value of y only. We don't need to find the coordinate, okay? Just we need to find the value of y, for which the distance between point P and Q is 10 units. It is said that the distance between P and Q, that means PQ equals to 10. That is been given. Okay. Okay. So let us write since right since the distance between, since from your book you can write, since the distance between the point P whatever and Q whatever is 10 units, since the distance between the points P whatever and Q whatever is 10 units. Done? Done? Since the distance between the point P whatever and Q whatever, whatever means the coordinate, okay? So since the distance between the points P whatever and Q whatever is 10 units, therefore 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 can I say that PQ equals to 10? Because PQ distance from P to Q was 10, so can we say that PQ equals to 10? Okay, so PQ equals to 10 units. Okay, so we have taken PQ equals to 10 units, but PQ is a distance, and while finding the distance we will be having root over. So what we will do, we will write next step, we will remove the root. So we will write PQ square equals to 10 square, then our root will be removed. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now our value for P, I am writing for our use, okay? Our value for P was 2 minus 3. I am writing for my use. And Q was 10 comma y. Okay? So PQ square is equal to 10 square. So PQ means this we have to solve. Okay? So I am taking this and this. That means 10 minus 2. Okay? I am taking 10 minus 2. So I will be writing here 10 minus 2 whole square plus y plus 3 whole square equals to 100. Okay, that means this minus this, you can write x1 minus x2 whole square, or you can write y1 minus x1 x2 minus y x1, your choice. So I'm taking this minus this. Why I'm taking this way? Otherwise if you take 2 minus 10 whole square, then minus 3 minus y, in this case many students they get confused. Minus 3 minus y whole square, they will get confused. So that's why I have reversed it. I have taken 10 minus 2 whole square, y minus, and this will become plus. So plus 3 whole square. Any problem? Any problem? No. Okay, now we'll remove this one. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 square is 64. Plus, this is a plus b whole square. So this will be a square plus 2ab plus b square equals to 100. Okay. Now this can be written as, this is a quadratic equation. So we can write y square plus 6y plus, if we add this one, it will become 73 equals to 100. Correct? Now this one, y square plus 6y, and we will bring this one here. So plus 73 minus 100 equals to 0. So we will be having y square plus 6y minus 27 equals to 0. Correct? Now we can take the middle term, y square plus 6, this one can be solved, and this can be 9 3s are 27. So we can take 9x minus 3 sorry, y, sorry, my mistake. 9y, we are having y. So 9y minus 3y minus 27 equals to 0. We are solving it by middle term. You can solve it by quadratic formula also, your choice. So we will be having y as common. I have told you the basic concept. So basic concept you use, okay, while solving the middle term. Now we are taking y as common, so we will be having y plus 9 minus 3 we are taking, so y plus 9 equals to 0. So this is y plus 9, y minus 3 equals to 0. So y plus 9 equals to 0 or y minus 3 equals to 0. This can be written as y equals to minus 9, or you can say y is equal to 3. Any problem? So you got this value, you got these two value. Now the question is which one you will remove, which one you will ignore, this one or this one, which one you will ignore, who can tell me? So many students after solving quadratic equation, they feel like this negative number we will remove, okay, but remember that this y is a coordinate. Y is a coordinate. You can see that this y is a coordinate. Y is a coordinate, and coordinate can be positive or negative. That means both our answer is correct. Both will be correct. That means the value of y can be either minus 9 or 3. If you take minus 9, then also you will be getting 10 units. And if you take 3 also, then also you will be getting PQ as 10 units. Okay? Clear? So that's all for today's class. Next day we will continue with question number 9.